Hello, and welcome back everyone to Star Wars Empire at War. In the previous video, we did manage to secure Cato and Deku and Moidia correctly. Their only avenues of attack from the Republic are, of course, from Mimban and the true core worlds over here. Now, we're pressing ever closer to the Republic's major planets over here. However, we do still need to reinforce these correctly so that they do have some sort of standing garrison. And that's something we're working on, building up a minor fleet to support the Lucrehulk over here, commanded by a tactical droid. This is in fact a Lucrehulk control auxiliary warship, which is excellent. It's a minor variation on other Lucrehulks, of course. We're building up some static defense on Deku and Moidia's orbit over here. We will, of course, want to. We have a full ground garrison over here, as well as the tactical droid down here. However, we do, of course, want to make sure there is a standing orbital garrison over here as well, or at least just build up this one so that it can react between the two planets. We do, of course, have our main fleet down here, but I think that's going to have to pull in some work to take Naboo and Rindella once again, as well as the other planets around this sort of area, but that's something, you know, in the long run. We might want to move towards Geonosis before something really pops onto that. This particular sector of the galaxy is going to be more of a long-term goal at the minute, because we want to finally try and close up the pockets round here. We want to take Argonar, want to take Zanbar, Orchestus, and of course we're positioned to take Wayland very soon as well. And of course Wayland is actually very important because it does actually have a cloning facility possibly built on there as well, which is very, very good, of course, for your infantry. It does have some turbo laser tower defenses, though. I'd imagine we would be dropped off in this particular command post. So the best route would actually be to push past this particular turbo laser tower and get to this power generator here to remove the rest and deactivate those. They do have a light factory to spawn out walkers, and they do have a heavy factory for TX-130s on top of the ATPT walker garrison, which is some long-range anti-tank there. So we're certainly going to want to bring over some sort of artillery to deal with those turbo lasers, and we'll see if we do actually have any about. It doesn't appear to be the case, which is rather unfortunate there. We actually don't have a starbase over here on Dathomir, quite likely because it's been raided recently. Let's start by building a couple of these, and I wouldn't mind. I think really we need a little more holding infantry there, and we'll build some, I think, dwarf spiders, 2 of those, and some AATs actually. We also want to start looking at getting Mandalore's influence level to 8. It's currently standing at 5. We've had the mission in our mission log since the start of our campaign here to get that influence to 8 or higher, so that we can choose whether we support the Resurrector group or the Pre-Vizsla and his Death Watch. And I think really I want to go for Pre-Vizsla, just for a bit of spice and flavour there. So how do we get our influence up? Well, we could try and get rid of the tax collection agency. It's not necessarily an option just yet. I do want to keep our very nice income now. So we can also build all of the possible defences in orbit of Mandalore. So we're going to go for a pirate base and a static Golan 1. That should help us out a fair bit. Once Mandalore is surrounded by a friendly Zanbar, Quarter 6 and Wayland there, we will, I think, make a trade port over there, because that's a very good amount of connections for that trade port to work from. So, having said that, let's try and get something out for Wayland. Let's press play. What other units do we have in the area? We do have a good amount of infantry on Talcine, which is excellent. Ringo Vinda, mostly vehicular. That's not a problem at all. Let's try and start making some things in our flank then, shall we? Because we're really lacking in that department, aren't we? We do actually have some population to work with there. Malastare is under attack though. We should be able to react to this with our forces on Karima. What actually is this? It's 4 acclamator assaults and a pelter. Unfortunately, we only have the basic outpost here by the looks of things. So we're going to have to auto through that and just react, I think. We couldn't quite make that. Look how close our fleet is from helping Malastare out. So what exactly do we have here? Might be about to lose this here, guys. We do have a small garrison over here with some very useful Octoptaras for destroying the 10 UCOTs and 5 UT-80s with the massive amount of infantry there. Do have some aerial support and 6 ATPTs as well. This is going to be a toughie, I think. Okay, so enemy spawns in this particular corner. It's a very similar map to Felucia. In fact, it is identical, which is rather interesting. In that case, I think we can get away with just simply deploying our artillery here. We do have some static defences which we built from actually capturing this ourselves. I think we're going to replace this when we can. What we want to do is actually try and capture the garrison forces. Do we have any infantry? We certainly do. So let's keep pausing. Let's build some static defences and capture these particular garrison walls and such. Going to try and take, of course, the command post so that we can build up some sort of field bases. Let's get our droidicas over to this command post. They can capture that very nicely indeed. I'm going to bring our bulk force over here, though. I don't think we sent anything properly over here. Let's come up over to this particular command post. We're really, actually, I think it'd be a good idea to set this up a little further back over here, as light artillery doesn't have the range that we're looking for exactly. Do have a build pad somewhere. Let's come back down here, try and pick up some capturables here. Scout ahead, we'll bring some support over here. In fact, what we can do is scout very quickly through this infantry terrain here. Yeah, they are certainly coming through here. We're going to lose those instantly. Not good. We really need these reinforcements to come through over here. What if that hag might not have coverage of this particular... Ah, it's trying. There we go. Lovely stuff. Excellent. Build this up. Build our turrets. But here is the action. Let's try and run these through so that actually what we can do is just trample the enemy. The armoured tank droids are somewhat on the fragile side though. You can see they're losing health rapidly there. Let's retreat out of there with them. Droidic is really ripping apart the enemy infantry actually. Let's try and push that. Actually sits on top of this repair factory we have. Pull back over here so we can capture something there. Do we have any infantry in this area? It's very slowly coming up.
We've secured a build pad.
Reporting.
Okay, I think... I don't know if we really want to push that. I would love to just capture the only command post they have, but I don't necessarily have the infantry available to sacrifice there. Do have some more garrison units coming out here though, so we really need to reinforce ourselves here. In fact, we've not brought in half of this. And here we go, getting just a bit more reinforcement over here. We need to capture this though. I think what we can do is take our Hellfires over here, including these ones. Help out over here because they're starting to push. Come around the side. Octoptaras getting into a bit of trouble there. We need to pull back over here, start focusing that. Just keep our Octoptaras at range, of course. And if we could just funnel the infantry through, fairly hopeful that's going to work. Let's get on top of this build pad, because that can really hurt the infantry as it comes through there as well. Build up over here, and capture this. Rush this UC-80, I believe. Hellfires are very, very fragile indeed. So they're hit and run units that fire at good range there. And now we're going to pull back. I think we'll turn this into a repair factory. What are we getting out of here? Treaded neutron torch. That is a AV beam cannons. Very nice indeed, actually. Certainly something we need. Getting bombed over here. Did manage to get that though.
Turret constructed.
Just want this critical massive infantry so we can actually push on through this. And after we've funneled infantry, we can just take that command post and stop the enemy from actually landing at all. Would, of course, be ideal, wouldn't it? So, let's repair over here. Pull back down here so that we do have some sort of defense together.
Construction complete.
And I think actually I just want to...
Turret constructing.
Where did our artillery go? Ah, it got bombed, didn't it? That is actually rather a bother. Rather a bother indeed. Go, just trying to pull back with the B1 so that we do have something to push in with later. Getting attacked over here, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to take these B1s and we are actually going to push through now while the enemy is somewhat weaker. Not entirely sure what that sound effect is we're hearing. Enemy bombardment ready, so we're going to spread out a tad. Okay, we need to push in and support the Hellfires here. In fact, we're just going to do a heavy push into that command post. Are the tank droids trying to get through there? They shouldn't be able to. We'd love it if we had artillery support, so give them an attack command there so that we can actually do something about this. Can we actually move through here is a question. Not entirely sure. We need to get rid of this ACPC here. Does take damage fairly quickly, but that means we need to pull back down here. We can see what the enemy has. Come back a tad. Try and secure our position with these build pads. Did manage to get rid of the ACPC, so we're going to retreat with a single Hellfire back to the repair station. If we can get these staps in here, actually, that would be great. Drop some of these, get some scatter shots. Did die pretty quickly there. Pull back. Okay, so while they're distracted over there, we are actually going to try pushing through here. Though, we're going to get stopped by whatever that is. Bring our new infantry through here. Concentrate this. In fact, what we'll try and do is just send a single tank droid over here to try and trample. Struggling with the pathing though. Okay, now we need to push on through so that our infantry pushing through does actually have something to destroy this UCAC with. It's not going to happen as it stands though, unfortunately. Lost our field base over here and a Octoptara. I need to get rid of this flyer. Okay, support. Come on. Get rid of these tanks, please. There we go. Excellent. Can we push on through with anything here? Guessing bombs. Not good. We need to split. Excellent. Octoptara's pushing. Let's come round the long way then. It's all or nothing with this push now. I think we need to pull back. But if we can get rid of the infantry, we'll have neutralised the command post, and that's good news. Just rush some more infantry through there. Come on. Just struggling. It's not quite doing as we'd like. Gonna lose his Octoptaras. Needs to pull back here. And that is a shame. Construction complete. That is a real shame. That is a massive shame. So, what can we do? What can we do? We need to pull up to our defences here, once again. In fact, we did lose the Octave turret, and unfortunately just pushing in here meaninglessly now. The enemy still has a massive amount of infantry it could bring in, is the problem. That is rather a shame. Might have to change this to an anti-air turret to help out with that flyer. It's a shame we lost our artillery actually for that. It's rather a shame. Let's bring up our secondary light artillery to help out this back line. Droideca's refusing to move. Okay, useful. We shall remember that when we next think about taking those as recruitment. I believe that's actually an infantry only pass, so that should be an anti-infantry turret. And here we go, Octave turret and such needs to fire at that. Bring up our infantry into range, please.
Artillery online.
Construction complete.
Hey, nice. Follow me.
It's just so much coming through. It really doesn't feel like they only have 5 pop cap from this command post. Deary dear. Let's rush on through once again. Unfortunately, Staps cannot capture, which is rather a shame. Yeah, just look at that. So much coming in here. It's just a grind. It's just a grind. We can see the UC-80 there, actually, because it's a skimmer. Interesting. Can that actually fire us? That's there. We're going to have to go for this flyer. Bring our Octave turret to repair, as well as the tank droid.
We've secured a build pad.
What else can we bring in? We do have a bombing run coming in, unfortunately. That's a shame. This is going to have to move then. Where is that? What did that bomb? What did that bomb? Is it trying to bomb here? Octave turret still needs to get over here. Really struggling with the pathing.
We've lost a build pad.
And our artillery is going to get rushed at this point.
Unit destroyed. Turret has been sold.
We have to pull back with this, I think. Before that, yep, too late. Far too late. Well, well, well.
Turret has been sold.
Yeah, this UC-80 there is a real thorn inside. I'll get rid of that.
We've secured a build pad.
Okay, I think we hear a bombardment coming in is the problem there. But so long as we're not stationary, should be okay. Getting rid of the UC-80 here.
We've secured a build pad.
Okay, there we go.
Turret constructed.
And whatever we're doing over here, it's working. I think it's these dwarf spider droids really doing that damage. Have more coming through though. Can we try and rush this command post again? That is the question. That is the question. Might just try it, you know? I think they're too preoccupied with this. Dwarf spiders pulling in their weight. There we go, that's that one dealt with. Ah, I just lost the dwarf spiders there, unfortunately. I think though, yeah, it's another ACPC here. We need to just rush through, please. I think bring the Octave Tower around here to defend. Oh, there's just so many. Now they're bringing the UCOTs. Look at all of that. I mean, just look at it. We can just try and get supremacy on the command post, but it's just not going to happen, is it? Come on, let's neutralise it. Let's neutralise it. Get rid of the infantry. Come on. I don't think we're quite going to push that though. It's just too much heavy vehicles around here and they're going to recapture that command post. Oh, it's down to the wire. It really is down to the wire. And we're running out of natural garrisons now.
No use trying to leave.
And these just really love it if these droidicas could move because they'd be great defense.
Forming squad.
No such luck. I think what we need to do really is just send a massive infantry web as much as we can through here while the vehicles are distracted on the side, of course.
Uh-oh.
See if we can push on, take this. No such chance because the enemy now has a turret there, so we need to pull back to our own turrets.
Our base is under attack.
I hate clones. Hey, we got here.
Cannot allow them to have any more reinforcement points though, that's the problem. There's a bombardment to remove our final Octoptaras. No dodging that, just no warning.
I'm on point.
Rather sad.
Forming squad.
Turret
Hey.
constructing.
Follow me.
Hmm. It's a toughie. It's a real toughie.
Visual scan confirmation.
Would love it if those destroyers could move. Need to come back here. It looks like they're just camping there.
A build pad.
I mean, as long as they really don't want to move, that'll suit me fine.
Construction complete.
It's just the problem that our infantry really cannot stand up to theirs, our basic infantry, the B1s. Unless they do have that mass.
Visual scan confirmation.
Forming squad.
Let's try and fire a little more intelligently here.
Constructing.
That's for my friends.
We've secured a build pad.
Hey,
Let's try and move in, I think, once again. Very slowly whittling this down. Oh, there's more bombing runs. Must have been hit by something on the way though. Pull back. Okay, and how is this push going to do?
squad. Hey,
Are we going to get met by massive enemy heavy vehicles again? Quite likely.
follow me.
I do have that anti-vehicle turret there, that's not too much of a bother in itself. Let's push in. Okay, let's deal with this unit of infantry. Should just be fine on that. Come on. Come on. They do have a lot of health. Oh, and now they're getting the mass of scout bites, which is going to hurt us. And here come the mass of horrible vehicles here. Are we just going to pull this? We need to get on top of that command post because scouts cannot capture that. Come on. Come on. Is that neutralized? No, not quite. Every single time they're just bringing out is because we need to get rid of this field base here, of course.
Just house mark.
It's just a case of doing everything all at once.
Back down.
This turret is really helping us out here actually against these vehicles.
Scan aborted.
Might just have to whistle them.
Hey, nice. Roger, roger.
So much going on.
Yay.
I'm losing track of how many vehicles we have destroyed in total actually. Look at that. There's more coming there. I believe the UCOT is deploying pairs as well, which
Better come up with a
doesn't
plan.
help us at all. So that, I believe they had 10 in the description. Turns out more like 20 in total, if that is indeed true.
We've lost a build pad.
But I think with the critical massive scout bites, they're going to start making some good progress now for themselves.
Squad assignment accepted.
Yeah, look at that. Just going to have to hold up here.
Clowns.
Don't have any more vehicles ourselves, I don't think. So that vehicle repairs not going to be quite so useful. It's just constant. We see the scout bites taking advantage of their all-terrain aspect there, getting on the water. I'm going to get rid of that turret, but we need to have this turret up and focus the UCOTs coming in here. Unfortunately. More scouts over there. Yeah, okay, so where are the B1s? They really need to go for the... Get on top of this ACPC. Get rid of the enemy infantry, because that is going to hurt. We lost the dwarves. We've lost the dwarves. That's going to trample us, I think. Barracks has been destroyed because they've bombed down there. Oh dearie dear. And I think this is the beginning of the end, truly now. Really is. The scouts just snuck through, got sight for the bombing run. Destroyed a good amount of our buildings there. And that's basically it for us, I think. Staunch defense, but not staunch enough, unfortunately. And even taking this command post isn't really going to help if we can't rid ourselves as the remaining group now. And without our barracks, we're not going to get reinforced much more. I think we've actually rinsed ourselves of our garrisons here. Gone through all of the tank droids and spider droids, unfortunately. But we are going to make something of it and try and get through this piece once again. So they've actually run out of infantry themselves, perhaps. They haven't captured this base. Can we make anything of that? Can't see that we can build there, which is rather a shame. So that'd be a nice little surprise over here now. But we're not getting the prompt to build anything there. Can we scout through here, see what the UCOTs are doing? Get on top of this at least. And for once, it might actually be empty. Imagine that. Just for once. But we will be able to build a military field base over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is just destroy this because that's going to be annoying. Wait for the cooldown there, but just look at all these UCOTs. I don't think we're going to be able to get through that, unfortunately. Let's mass up around here, though. Just look at all of those. It really is just the masses and masses and masses of infantry the clones can bring. If we could focus that UCOT before we go down, it would be nice. Don't fire at the clones there, please. But no such luck. No such luck. I really have a feeling that's all they have left. Really have a feeling that's all they have left. Let's replace this and reinforce, I think. Gonna get rid of that? No, just lost CIS over there. But yeah, they've got the command post and that is over for us. So we are now going to auto-resolve that. And that's very, very sad. But we can counter. Let's have a look at that. I mean, we got rid of 5 ACOT squads, 5 UCATs, 6 ACPTs. Look at all of those infantry squads there. Absolutely disgusting. So that's a major assault force almost dealt with there. And now look at how close that was. Just a split second would have stopped that. And there you go, that's the importance, really, of having your static defences about. Let's just pause here quickly. They have 3 UCATs and a bark speeder troop. What do we have close by to deal with that? Well, we have our things on Devon, perhaps. That does open us up to invaders from Jura, of course, but I think we can deal with that. We do have a Sarge Ventress and Dirge about. We do have some minor artillery over here, and AA and such over here. Let's see, we do soon as take Presitlin over here. Might make that the next objective down here at least. I See, that's a attack must have come from the boo is the problem, so we should have taken that when we had the chance a lot earlier, really. Okay, so we're going to take very quickly our troops from Devon. We're going to take the troops over here. Going to come back up over here and double check what we're doing once again. We haven't really had any time, have we, in the strategic map over here. Mission log updated. Strength of defences, 3 barracks for 5 hard cell tenders. We can certainly look at that. How are we doing down here though? It's basically everything we need. I'm just going to do a very, very quick. Won't be very favourable, but we will win this through auto-resolve. I do want to make a bit more progress rather than focus on defence today. So you look at all of that. You never should auto-resolve, but to be quite frank, I cannot be arsed with that at the moment. I want to make some progress in this campaign. But we do have the Viceroy to help with this, so let's build up over here. Let's come to Denon once again. Build something over here. We actually don't have the star base truly over here. Do we have a full garrison over here? No. So we want to make, I think, what do we actually have? I want to make some Octoptaras really help. And vehicle droids at least. Come back over to Decanamoidia. Build up over here.
Construction complete.
Just build a losser. A losser. Okay, so we need some carriers, of course. Come back down to Malastare to cheapen that up. How are we doing around here? We were building, weren't we? We were certainly building. Let's keep that on Ringo there, actually. Dathomir, I think we'll just take some artillery and some crab droids.
Construction complete.
And yeah, we'll take everything from here.
Construction complete.
So, I think what we're going to do is just scout here again to make sure we are all fine. Get that up. Come back down while we're building there. Get everything up we can here. Barracks, usuals. We need some money. Thank you very much. Come back. Scout that. Double check our path. Take the AAT, so we'll need it. So the garrison's unchanged, it's all good there. Let's do what we can, although Sereno's now under attack. So, do we have anything to counter there? We might be able to come from Felucia. It's not a lot though, unfortunately. Are we going to be saying goodbye to Sereno? That's the question. Quite likely actually, and that's unfortunate because it's a Naval Academy planet there. We're going to have to push on through with Grievous, I think. So we've landed with some B1s, not a problem there. We have landed where we thought, and we do have the local militia to deal with, unfortunately. So, artillery for the turbo lasers. And we have some special, what is this? Rocket troopers, okay, interesting. Yeah, we'll take those, why not? We're going to want to focus on infantry for now. So, let's get, I think, Mandalorian soldier platoon.
Reinforcements cancelled. Maximum unit capacity.
Don't know why this is moving. We've not given it a move order whatsoever. What we can do is use a rocket company to scout the turbo laser, actually just hammer it with the artillery, I think. And protect over here. It's quite nice to see these actually. So it's largely rockets and blasters as you'd expect from B2s. Where's this artillery going? Let's wait then, if that artillery is misbehaving.
Base is under
I don't like to see all of this already. Just deploy, please. Deploy. Behave yourself. Deploy. It's going to ruin the whole strategy if you're going to be like this.
You've secured a building.
Ooh, we're getting the Geonosian blasters out, are we, today, guys? Do you hear that? Oh, that's excellent. I wish I knew who that was with those. Why are you not staying deployed? That is very, very frustrating.
We got here.
What do you need?
I have to push these back.
As you wish.
Okay, so we've dealt with the local militia somehow. We're gonna take this actually, the build pad. Are you gonna behave?
We've secured a build pad.
Running into that turbo laser, need to pull back then. We'll just pull back to here. We do need to get rid of that generator. Might actually just be able to skip the turbo laser over here and get the generator with these. Let's attack this though with the artillery.
Forming squad.
Even bring in the dwarf spiders to deal with that.
Ramps loaded.
We've secured a build pad.
See, turbo lasers are largely for anti-vehicle damage, of course. Where is that bloody power generator? There we go. Do have the problem with the TX-130s now, though. And we can't bring in any orbital support without that power generator down. Yeah, we're going to pull back here. There, they're not going to make much progress there, are they? They're not firing their rockets out. This is a subpar standard of play today, guys. Right, no, not quite going to get there, are we? Okay.
We've secured a build pad.
Let's get rid of this ATPC while we can, because that is going to hurt. That can really snipe our artillery. Counter batteries us, there you go. We don't have any in reserve, so we're going to infantry push the turbo laser turrets. Bloody hell, they just don't bloody stop, do they? Just do not stop.
Choose your reinforcement.
Okay, so more B2s here, and I think
Roger, roger.
some more of these. Are we going to fire? Are we going to fire on that?
No use trying to leave.
There we go. Let's get rid of this last one. So let's pull back, pull back.
No, no. Squad assignment accepted.
Infantry rush through here. Can we get this command post to heal up? We certainly can.
We've lost a build pad.
Loving the mixture of crab droids and dwarf spiders actually. Very, very helpful there. That's probably a combo we're going to focus on moving forwards. We do have something to capture over here actually, but I think the turbo laser towers are going to be dealing with that unfortunately.
We've lost a build
Let's make sure we're healing over here because we're going to be very, very fragile. Okay, let's push on over. Okay, dealt with the turbo laser turret over here, so let's push straight in on this power generator. Push on, round the corner, get line of sight to focus this down, please. Pull back.
We've secured
No use trying to leave. Better come up with a plan.
We only get... It's a very, very tough push towards the next
we've lost
base over here.
we've lost a build
Okay, interesting.
we've
We're
secured
getting reinforcements off of that. I don't believe we are. But while the enemy's split, we're going to try and get onto here, which is calling in reinforcements for the enemy. Rather rude. We destroyed the power generator, but we do still need to get rid of the actual shield generator, which is rather interesting.
Forming squad.
But at least the turbo laser defenses will be neutralized. I suppose the power shield generators will actually be in their main base, which is a shame. So we can't bring in any orbital bombardments or bombing runs, unfortunately. Let's get some true armor in here now, shall we? And some better infantry will do. And let's free up our flank.
Ready to destroy the
That's rather nasty indeed.
fight's not over. Yay! That's for my predecessor. We made it.
Just ram our forces down their throats here. This map is just made of choke points. Oh, look at that. We come in with jetpacks with the Mandalorian infantry. That's very nice. Come on. Need to get rid of that anti-infantry turret, actually. There we go. Making progress. We're getting there very, very slowly. It's a massive trawl. This is the definition of grind. Now we have reinforcements here. Should just be able to rush in with these AATs here, actually. Get some pathing going. Find that bloody power generator. Destroy the factory, I think, as well. Would be nice. There we go. So we'll just get on the factories, stop them coming out. Might be an idea, mightn't it? There we go, lovely stuff. Bring in some reinforcements maybe, get some Hellfires would deal with the buildings. We get some commandos still, the enemy infantry. So the enemy infantry, we got rid of the light factory, needs to get rid of that heavy factory, and Senator's offices actually rather nasty garrison as well there. This is going to be very, very costly in itself again. Massive losses on both sides today. But it's what I love about this game. It truly is a backwards and forwards strategy game here. If you're a terrible at it like I am, that is. Alright, let's focus on the heavy vehicle faction to get rid of these TX-130s. There's another one popping out by the looks of things. Shoot that. There we go. So we now have the tax collection agency left, which I'm sure really will just be repurposed for our own benefits. Let's see what's milling about around here. Is it just reinforcements? Very nice burst from the dwarf spiders there, and the enemy is retreating now, but it is only that building left. Bloody hell! We need to take a breather. Needs to take a breather. This is not going to be a good... Yeah, look at that. Does that look like a fair trade? Not really. Not really. But we need to think of the greater strategical impact of this. So we're moving with Grievous over to Sereno. Are we going to make it? No, we're not. What we should have done is manually told her to go to Orchestus and fight that and then move over, really. So we're definitely not going to be able to move that. We can't, unfortunately, cancel that. Ooh, that is nasty. So, what's happened here is they've opened up, if we zoom in, this might, in a very, very roundabout way, work in our favour. What they've done is they've taken the big nasties from Orchestus over to take Sereno. So what we can do is actually jump where the enemy is empty now with Duoningo and our Wayland group over to Orchestus and take that, hopefully, fairly easily. So what we're going to do is make sure we come in properly over here, deploy properly and get to Orchestus, push up to Dathomir so that we do actually garrison that properly with our leftovers, and we're going to take this. So I think rather than just simply jump onto Orchestus, what we're going to do is try and get over to Sereno and blitz that as much as we can, really. We do need to build some reinforcements, unfortunately, so that we have a fairly easy invasion. We don't have to worry about any buildings there providing a garrison, of course. So what we're going to do is jump over with Duoningo rather than let that to Grievous, because that is still going to take some time. So we had quite a small brain moment on that. Deal with this very quickly. So what do we have over here? We do have a few acclimators and a dreadnought heavy cruiser. Really not a problem. This fleet from Duolingo is pretty much made for very good ship-to-ship combat, rather than relying on things like fighters. So we're going to bring in our damage dealers. We will of course bring in some carriers for that backup. We do want some point defense against the enemy's own ships and such. Going to bring in the Providence. Bring in these for some minor fighter support and to tank a tad. Have some heavy cruisers. We'll bring these on a flank, I think. Very nice indeed. So it is just a battle of the biggest, hardest bastards in this fleet. That does allow us a lot of heavy ships, as you can see there. I mean, look at that. We don't really need to give orders, but we're going to fire on this Pelser over here to start with, so that the corvettes and such can't repair. Absolutely melting the Acclimator there. And we have an Acclimator 2 here to get rid of. That will provide more fire for the enemy. Looks like they're actually dealing quite well with our dreadnoughts over here. Why are we not firing on this one? Come on, should be fine to get rid of a Pelser there with between 3 of you. Deal with this Acclimator. And they are running. But unfortunately, we don't have access to any gravity mines ourselves, which is rather a shame. So we're going to go for engines on this one. Come on. Ah, he got away, I think. Couldn't quite get the click onto the hard point properly there. But not to worry. Doesn't really have anywhere to retreat to anywhere nearby, so this is still free space. You see General Grievous coming in here, so we do need to just wait for a few reinforcements. What we're going to do is we've accidentally put these into the same group, so we'll just split these off very quickly. And the Republic really is on the massive aggression today. It looks like they've come from Fondor over here. They must have recently taken this. And they've come with quite a large force over here. We can see in Invincible Dreadnoughts, 1 Venator, 5 Victory 2s and 2 Victory 1s. Those are going to be the real problem here. What we can do is counter-initiate from our fleet at Malastare, and we're going to have to do that, unfortunately. Just pause very quickly, double check they're coming in properly. We're not, so open up with this and move as quickly as possible. However, they have got a force on Fondor, about to invade Yagdal. Come on, I don't want to repeat of Malastare. There we go, we're going to have to take this. Okay, so not coming in with the most ships at one time. We do of course have this Lucrehole. We're just going to push that forward so it can use all of its guns, make our Munificence over here focus on this Dreadnought Heavy Cruiser to begin with, and then focus on to the Victories, because they are absolutely going to blow our larger ships apart themselves. Get rid of this Acclimator with our Recusant Dreadnought Destroyers, and we'll get our hero to fire full volley over here. We dealt with the Dreadnought there. Let's get on top of this. We're absolutely dealing with that. That is down to the massive amount of guns on our battle cruiser here. That's even firing onto their own Dreadnought, which is excellent. We do have a good amount of carriers here, so we are able to protect our own ships. Let's get our bombers onto this Victory for now. Not entirely sure why we're moving away here, and that is really unfortunate. We don't actually have access once again to the gravity mines, so we have to focus people's engines here. Because the enemy is going to retreat there. So fairly well counter-initiated there. Would have liked to have picked off a few more enemy ships, but we didn't lose anything ourselves. Did actually manage to get rid of the Invincible's engines though, which is very, very cheeky indeed. So they died on the retreats. Got rid of a few of the Victory 2s. But I think, guys, we're going to have to take a breather and say that is going to be it for today on that massive bombshell. Simply because that Malastare battle took so long. We're very thin on the ground in this southern region now. We're definitely feeling... we might have time for that, actually. We might just have time for a cheeky battle there. Do we have anything over here? No, we don't. We're going to have to remember that for later then, because there's an A6 Juggernaut in the space region over here. I wonder where that's going. Because we have... we do have static defences over here. That must be going for Kashyyyk. We're going to want to get a garrison over there, aren't we? It's just, it needs to be everywhere all at once. That will have to be for another time, so that is going to be the end of the video though, there guys. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it once again. It's been a real heart racer for me. But thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the future. May all of your nights and days be auspicious. Goodbye.